Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 mod review. But today, we're doing things a little bit different. Today, we're actually checking out two new mods that just came out this week that have a pretty similar theme. These are going to be mods that actually add new armors for raiders in Fallout 4. And so, let's go ahead and start with the first mod known as Desert Punks, a raider outfit pack by DaltonTheWarlock. You may remember DaltonTheWarlock as the person who made the desert retexture for the gunner outfit pack by default. This is going to be an entirely new set of armors that are completely original. And I gotta say, Dalton has done a really good job on these. I really like the style of them. Now, the idea behind them, given the name Desert Punks, is that this is intended for a desert sort of load order. So if you're using something like Desperados like I am, these will fit right at home. They definitely have a mix of a Fallout style mixed with Mad Max, which is just right at home in the Fallout universe, and I think this really works. Now, as of right now, all of these outfits are not added to the leveled list. However, Dalton says that with continued interest in the mod, he will continue to add more and more outfits and add leveled list integration. So, if you do like these, be sure to let him know, because I'd love to see what this mod could develop into. If you want to get your hands on any of these outfits at the moment, with this current state of the mod, you have to craft them over at the chemistry station, which is just fine, since you can craft as many as you'd like and put them on all of your settlers, companions, and even yourself. Each of these outfits does have a male and female version, though I will say on some of these armors, the female version definitely works better than the male, but at least allowing the customizability and the option for you to use either is awesome. So like I said earlier, if you want to get your hands on any of these, you're going to have to craft them over at the chemistry station, where you'll find a newly added category known as Desert Punks. From there, you can craft each of these outfits, and they all do have different stats, so I'll go ahead and go through them all now. Starting with the Highwayman outfit, this thing has a damage resistance of 4 and a weight of 4 pounds and a value of 12 caps. The Junkie overalls have a damage resistance of 2 with a weight of 2. The Outland Rager outfit has a damage resistance of 4 with a weight of 4. The Outland Rat outfit has a damage resistance of 5 with a weight of 4. The Sadistic Pup Shorts is going to have a damage resistance of 2 with a weight of 2. The Scav Chopper outfit will give you a damage resistance of 4 with a weight of 4. The Scrap Bandit outfit is going to give you a damage resistance of 4 with a weight of also 4. The Scrapped Nomad is going to give you a damage resist of 2 and a weight of 2, and then the Throat Cutter's Vest will give you 4 and 4 for both damage resistance and weight. You'll also notice that each of these outfits has no crafting requirement at the moment, and I think that is because the author intends to add these to the leveled list eventually and will probably remove the craftable versions, but we'll just have to wait and see. You'll also find that if you take any of these new outfits over to the armor workbench, that you can apply a ballistic weave, which is excellent for armors that have such low stats. So if you do have ballistic weaves available, you can apply any of them, getting you up to a nice damage resistance of 114 with an additional energy resistance of 110 without actually changing the weight of the armor. So this does make for a pretty nice set of armor that not only looks cool, but is actually pretty functional in game as well. Now, sadly, there is one minor nitpick that I do have with this mod. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy all of these armors, I think they look excellent and the style is really cool, but functionally there is one feature that is missing, at least in my opinion, and that is the ability to use modular armors with them. So, you'll notice that the Scav Chopper outfit I have on here is very thin. It would be very reasonable, I think, to assume that you could use armor on top of this, like the vanilla leather armor, raider armor, etc. But if we go on and throw on, say, a leather left arm, it unequips the armor, which is very sad for me. I would love to be able to customize these even further by adding different modular armor pieces to them, but who knows, maybe we'll see that in an update. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see, maybe that'll get added, but if not, at least we have Ballistic Weave to increase that armor value. Now, I think that just about covers everything on the Desert Punks mod, but like I said, we're talking about two mods today. The next mod we're going to be looking at is Dax Ballistic Mask by me. I actually made an armor mod with the help of Default, who helped me rig up all of the armor pieces, and I made the assets for it. We now have a new mask mod that is perfect for a raider character, though you can use it just about anywhere. It is a pretty generic ballistic mask. It is just a simple mask that has some really nice damage resistance, and it is actually added to the raider leveled list, so you will be able to find these on raiders. It also comes with a ton of skins. I really had fun making skins. I wanted to flex my artistic muscle just a little bit and see what kind of cool stuff I could freehand onto these, and I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with most, if not all of these. And the coolest part is that if you do find these on the leveled list spawning on raiders, they will actually spawn with some of these skins, so it'll be completely random which one you get, which I think is really cool. If you want to get your hands on these, like I said, leveled lists specifically for raiders after level 8, and you can also purchase it from vendors, and it's even added to the legendary pool. So if you find a legendary enemy, there is a chance that you'll get a legendary Ballistic Mask, which I think is really, really neat. In the vanilla game, not many of the accessories are available in the legendary pool, so it'll be a cool way to get even more legendary effects and some really beefy armor for the face slot. Now, as for why the Ballistic Mask only spawns on raiders, it would make sense for this to spawn on gunners as well, but the whole point of making this mask was actually as a favor to Default, who is working on some more armors, and he wanted a Ballistic Mask, and I ended up making so many skins that we decided that it would be a good idea to release it as a standalone. However, you will be able to expect to see some of these masks appear not only in updates for the Gunner outfit pack, but also other armors that Default is working on, so stay tuned for that. Now, there is no craftable version of this mask, and it is slightly rare on the leveled list, so you are going to have to do some searching to find one, but once you eventually do, it is definitely a nice little utility piece of armor to have, and it comes with a lot of really cool customization, and it pairs very nicely with a lot of the other armors in the game. Personally, I think it even looks really good with some of the armors included in the mod that we just covered. Now, the mask does take up the face slot, so it will be able to be paired with helmets, but just be aware there is some clipping with some helmets, but no clipping at all with others, so your user experience will vary depending on what mods or what armors you're using. Rather than just locking this off completely and not allowing it to be used with helmets, I figured I'd leave the option open, so if you do find a helmet that doesn't clip that looks nice with this, you have the ability to use it. But just be aware, there is a chance that it may clip with the desired helmet you wish to use. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the skins available in this mod. Once you do get your hands on one of these masks and you take it over to an armor workbench, there's a good handful of skins that you can apply. Now, none of these will change the stats for your armor or weight, and each of these is going to require only 2 oil to change, since it is just a paint job. Now then, we have the standard black, which is just a regular old Ballistic Mask. We have the camo pattern, which I absolutely had to include for anybody running any sort of camo type clothing. We have the caution tape, which is just a goofy raider design I came up with. We have the clown mask, which you may find a bit familiar. We have the gunner skull, which is a goofy looking design, but hey, that's just what the gunner skull looks like, and it works great with other gunner armors, like if you're using the gunner outfit pack. We have the handprint, which is a nice little nod to Skyrim. We have the hockey mask, which you'll also recognize if you're a fan of horror movies. We have Muerte, which is going to be a design that I came up with that's based on a sort of Mexican Dia de los Muertes mask, the candy skulls of sorts. We have Patriotic, which is a little bit of an homage to another game, the same one that the clown mask comes from. We have Piss Green. This is just a standard green, but I wanted to name it something funny. We've got Raider, which is going to be a simple yellow and red design that pairs nicely with pretty much any Raider armor or Raider armor mod. We have the Retro Hockey Mask, which is going to be a nod to Fallout 3. We've got the Skull, because you can't have a mask mod without some sort of a black and white skull design. We've got Smile, which is based on the Army of Two mask, which I think looks really cool. We've got Stripes, which is also based on Army of Two. We've got a tribal mask, which many people are going to point out looks like Deathstroke because of the black and orange, but I wanted just a nice, cool asymmetric design, and I think this tribal pattern looks really neat. And then we have White, which is just a solid white ballistic mask that people actually requested that I include. And then we have Wolf, yet another nod to Payday. And yeah, I think that's everything for the ballistic mask as well. This mod is currently out on PC, and there will be an Xbox port coming sometime in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. If you want to try either of the mods featured in this video, they will both be linked down in the description below. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a rating. Consider subscribing if you haven't already for more videos just like this. Big shout out to all of my patrons for supporting every single video and every mod I work on. And of course, a very special thank you to Captain Chaos, Helljumper, Indecisive Wolf, Jackie Noid, Timmy76, Cushy, Moonlit Gamer, Feed, and Youth RC for joining that Tier 3 Patreon membership. If you'd like to support the channel or my mods over on Patreon, you can do so by using the link down in the description, but it's completely optional. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.